Hello, hello. All right, so welcome back. So this is going to be a bonus general message. These are the ones that I start out with some anecdote, usually pertaining to my dog. And because my dog is so focused on timelines, he knows everything that should happen at what point in time. He's a cattle dog or herding dog, so he's very work oriented. So he has to have walks at a certain time of the day or night. He has routes that he likes at different times of the day or night. Like it's how he is. It's who he is. And so with that in mind, I wanted to, well, that's why I was inspired to go ahead and put up our Mayan calendar backdrop. And we'll talk a little bit about time and patterns in all of the zodiacs, which I'll be putting out zodiacs videos later tonight. But let's get started in this right now and see where this storyline is going to take us, shall we? So let's keep in mind that maybe somebody has they're on a timeline, they're on a precise, pattern of something that they want. Okay, this is a character making progress. We have an Eight of Wands upright. Whomever our character is right now, they could be somebody that's very clear, very certain, very focused on the direction that they would like things to go. This is rapid action also. Nine of Wands is here, which says we have a character who's been actively healing. A lot of wand energy, so Leo, Sag, Aries vibe coming through here. We have an Emperor. Okay, so we have a really powerful, sorry, my hair's a mess. We have a really powerful, possibly divine masculine in this that is creating what he needs to for himself. He's creating a healed energy. He's creating an ability to move forward. He's creating and activating his life. Ooh, so we have a King of Wands in the reverse. Hold on. I've got to check and see. Right now, this could be him, the other side of him that he's overcoming, the shadow side, or this could be like an adversary. We have the Sun. No, this is on this storyline, we have classical male archetype exclusively coming out. So I'm going to say him throughout this because the masculine is the energy of the Sun. And we have the Sun here, it's Leo, and the Emperor is classical male archetype. That being said, I still don't read for genders, so no, this could be a feminine as well as a masculine. But for right now, we're going to say this is the story of him, our masculine, who has made rapid growth in themselves. What they have done is they have illuminated whatever their shadow side was. Look, we all have an ego, right? This character, an emperor, masters their ego. An empress masters her ego. This just happens to be the snapshot of an emperor doing it. They have illuminated the parts of themselves that used to be maybe hungry for attention, hungry for validation, because they didn't really feel validated in themselves. Well, now they do. That's what they've been healing. And they've been, why are they upgrading? Why is it being healed so fast? This feels like a really rapid change, which is so exciting. We have a Page of Swords because they gathered information. Where did they get the information? They've been watching, they've been spying, they've been gathering. Wow. From a Queen of Cups. This could be their divine counterpart, or it's been someone that was very influential. This could be a teacher, a yoga teacher, a mentor, or it could literally be someone that gave them a lot of love, but then also turned her back. And I'm just going to say her because we got a queen. They have been watching a Queen of Cups. They've been watching a Queen of Cups that has no idea she's been watched. She has this energy of like really peaceful. She may have dark hair. Maybe she wears it up in a bun. She may look really good in red, but of course I think red and black are good with this backdrop. So it's also like bold, but then there's also a protective energy. And then there's this forward, successful energy with that combo of colors for me anyway. That's how I view it. This is a masculine who gained wisdom about themselves, or maybe who they wanted to be, because they were watching a Queen of Cups. They were watching her work. They were watching the things that she was doing. Maybe she was working in humbleness. Look, the Queen in the upright is amazing energy. The Queen in the upright is somebody that nurtures, but not at the expense of themselves. Wow, 10 of Swords. They watched her work to build herself into a different version of herself. And they got inspired to do the same. What was it that she was ending with that 10 of Swords? What was this Queen ending? She may like the ocean. The Star. Well, the Star is It can either represent a healing process, it can represent sometimes great distance, it can represent coming into a place where it's like, wow, I'm achieving my goals and my dreams, or she is becoming a star. I said, what is she ending? And it says either she is, I doubt she's ending reaching goals, but she may have completed a particular goal in life. And with that culmination, this could be the end result. She could be highly visible, she could be very successful. I feel like somebody has really abundant, like short, curly, black, dark hair, really beautiful. There's an energy here where she definitely stands out, but it's funny how the star card has her sitting kind of like in her own little miniature soaking tub. We have the Hierophant in the reverse. Taurus energy, and by the way, Aquarius energy coming off that star. So they watched her without her knowledge, not in a creepy way, but I just think that she was an inspiration to them. They watched her put an end to certain things in her life. Maybe they even watched her as she struggled to figure out what she believed in or break away from false beliefs, things that didn't really suit her. Because the Hierophant can be breaking away from like rigid belief systems and structures. They could have also watched her put an end to a relationship that she thought once upon a time was really important. And maybe she thought she was going to marry this person, and then they watched her slowly move on from it. If that's the case, then I'm wondering if it was them. Was it them that at one point in time she had wanted to be with and marry? And during a time of separation, they observed her healing. They observed her letting go of that dream that it was going to be them with her. I'm starting to think that's what it might be, because it's strange. It would be so relevant, so specific that someone would be watching a character and being inspired so much if they had no like intimate connection to them at all. Okay, so Ace of Swords in the reverse keeps saying she has no idea. She has no idea. She's letting go of the idea that she's going to get answers. She's letting go of the need for truth. She's letting go of the need for communication. And if anything, she is ceasing to think about certain things. And she has no idea that this person is not, or that they're watching her, or that there's any thought process about her involved in this. Hold on. I got to identify clearly. Is this someone who was in their shadow side, their selfish side, who watched her get over him? They watched her, like, her heart heal from a distance, and they knew she was getting over them. That's what my impression is right now, but let me check. What was their interaction? What was his connection to her? Two of Swords. Oh, she blocked the hell out of this person. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and double down now and say, no wonder they can only watch her from afar. She wasn't letting them back in. She literally put up the blockages, and then she was blindfolded. She didn't know they were still out there. I don't think this person was like obsessively watching. If anything, what we say is that they maybe began to understand why she blocked them, why she turned her back, and how she's been moving on and healing. And interestingly enough, that's what has been triggering this person to actually maybe illuminate, like, damn, I get why she moved on from me. I get why she let go of this, because maybe I was self-serving. Maybe it was kind of, I wanted it on my terms. How is it that let me rephrase this. How did she inspire them to reflect like this? What was the thing that they saw in her action or her behavior? Not just her getting over them, but what was the thing? So the divine timing here, the Wheel of Fortune. To me, what this says is we have what they saw in her was her displaying the fact that there are journeys in life that are not ready to be taken. I want to choose my words carefully here to explain. It's as if they recognized, look, if she were a queen in the upright, that meant she was a giver. She was pretty whole. She knew what she wanted to express. She knew how she wanted to, give and receive. If she was dealing with them when they were in their shadowy side, their King of Wands energy in the reverse, this is selfish energy. This is self-serving. This is, I want everything my way. I want everybody to fawn over me, but I'm not giving love and respect in return, but I want to be the person that you pay the most attention to. Look at me, look at me. It's all about me. So they thought, oh, I found my supply. She's going to give me, yum, yum, yum. She'll make me feel so special and I'll gobble up all of her love. So they looked for somebody that was loving. But she obviously was wise enough to be like, wow, you are definitely not ready to be with me if that's what you think the exchange rate is here. But remember, she blocked them. She made sure that she stopped giving. She turned her back. That's because a Queen of Cups would do that. Queen of Cups is not going to tolerate somebody who keeps coming to, just simply sap their energy and be kind of rude about it on top of it. But she didn't say, you're horrible, you're this, you're that. She said, I understand that not everybody is in the same place. It's not right. It's not the right time because there's still some growth that needs to happen. And I think that is what they really started to understand. Maybe they realized the difference. Like, oh my God, she wouldn't be with me, not because she didn't love me, but because I wasn't ready to be with her. I wasn't gonna stop being this version of myself. And she knew it. And that's why she pulled away. It was the wrong time. How do they view her right now? How do they view her? I mean, this character is becoming a very powerful. Oh wow, they see her as the devil in the reverse, somebody who doesn't have that same toxic pull. They're seeing her as somebody who's mastered her own self, somebody who is pretty peaceful, somebody who knows who they are, somebody who doesn't live in a state of fear. It's probably why she was able to be a giver, and that's probably exactly why they were not able to reciprocate and give. The distinction between well, I'm afraid if I give you something, it'll be like I lose it, because they're looking at emotions like it's like it's money in the bank. That's why they wanted hers. It's like, ooh, yum yum, fill up my piggy bank with your emotions, but I'm going to hoard mine. I'm not going to share, because if I give you any, then I'll be left with less. So instead, put all the attention on me, keep giving to me. Very much just like lack mentality. This person's not like a villain or anything, but they see her as somebody pretty fearless, especially right now. So I think they have a lot of respect for her. Wow, Three of Swords. They also have a pretty significant broken heart. Why are they feeling brokenhearted at the moment? Where's their brokenhearted energy? Okay, so we have a Nine of Wands and we have a Queen of Pentacles. The way I see this, they're pretty brokenhearted because it does suck that they met somebody at the wrong time. They kind of squandered a lot of what they could have already built with her. This Queen of Cups could have also already built a pretty amazing fortune for themselves. They could have built a pretty big business or a pretty excellent status in life is where they're at. Meanwhile, they're like, God, she got more stable, not less, while I've been doing this healing. And it breaks their heart that they either weren't a part of that. Now, it might also break their heart that maybe they realized she had to heal from whatever exchange they had shared with her as well. But I'm thinking it's a little bit more along the lines of it breaks their heart that they've been kind of tucked back in the shadows, needing to work on themselves while she's been kind of developing something. Wow. Because now they're seeing her as the Empress. The only thing is, we started out with a character that has decided to go ahead and they've clearly identified what their shadow was. They've illuminated it. They're clear about it. And they are fully stepping into their Emperor status. We have a perfectly matched pair if we put these two decks together. They see her as an Empress. They see her as somebody that even if they wish they had already built with her, truth of it is they weren't ready to. And if we go back to the idea of that Wheel of Fortune card, that divine timing card, which is funny because this backdrop is all about timing. And I may as well just go ahead and mention one of the things that I think is so intriguing is the Mayan calendar is actually 3 calendars that are read all together. And so I made notes on this because I thought it was really interesting. This is from timeanddate.com. but with the Mayan calendar, so the 3 calendars that they used, one was called the divine calendar or the Zolkin, and it's also known as the sacred round. And that one was divided up into 260 days, but it was 20 periods of 13 days. And that one was used for festivals. So that's a divine calendar. At the same time, they also used the civil calendar or the Hab, and that was one made of 18 months with 20 days, and then 1 month that was made up of only 5 days. And then they have the one that we all think about when we think about the Mayan calendar, which is the long count or the universal cycle. Sorry to hear that little. My dryer is singing a song because it's done drying clothes right now. But the long count is, when we say the Mayan calendar, they had this idea that it was like 7,885 solar years. So it was a big, huge, amount of time. And that was a cycle where the universe itself would be, or the earth would be destroyed and then be rebuilt again. So that's when we talk about the Mayan, calendar, like the end of the world prophecy. That's where that was coming from. And I just think it's interesting. So we have kind of like the universal change, and then we also have ones that are broken into looking at the days, and one that's specific for festivals. And the reason I bring all that up is because this is about divine timing. And if we think about it like 3 calendars, maybe that's like the growth phase of like the innermost self, versus the growth phase that we go through of like our spiritual self and then our physical self, kind of like body, mind, and spirit. And maybe that's what this was all about. A character had to actually grow and mature in all of those areas. In their mindset, they had to realize what they were doing. In their heart, they had to want to be different. In their spiritual self, they had to become a little bit more enlightened. And now they're not the same person. Now they've become a full-blown emperor. So actually a really cool message on that one. So as they morph into this emperor, and as they're very much aware that they're looking at at their empress, I should say, we still have a 6 of Pentacles in the reverse, which still says there's no action being taken at this moment. We've got a Page of Wands sideways. Let me put it this way. What I feel like this is saying is no action is being taken that would be less than what it should be. We're at a place now where when characters level up and they become emperors, and they know that they're looking at an empress, and they know it was all about divine timing. Now, how do you handle this new, like, profound knowledge? Well, you handle it with a profound approach, right? We have an 8 of Wands in the reverse, and we have the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. This is not a character who's insisting that they're going to somehow come rushing in for a brand new beginning. Hi, I'm here. Take me back. This feels like it's a character who's going to be, I feel like they're really thinking. They're considering it and cultivating how will I approach, or what will I do now that I know who I am? I know who she is, and I understand some things. We have a 6 of Cups in the reverse. This is not, we keep seeing somebody who's not returning. Certainly not returning as a, hey, here I am, your long lost soulmate. We have an Ace of Swords. They might be saying, I understand that it's too late. I've been cut free. I've been cut loose, but I don't know, because we have signs and symbols all around this tree of life. We have 2 messengers there, 2 crows or ravens. What is the message? What is this? This is either clarity of thought. Like, I'm not coming back to her to be some kind of a soulmate. I'm not coming back in. Wow. No, their clarity of thought in this case is, I'm finally an emperor. I realized I was dealing with an empress. They're saying it's too late. They're not saying I'm coming back to her. They're saying she got over me. And I understand why now. Now that I'm an emperor, I understand why she would have let me go. I understand that this is over. And they're looking to the future. What does that mean, looking to the future? Oh, my baby, come here. Come here, babes. Come here. Okay, we're going to take this to a part 2 because I don't want this to be too loud. All right, I'll see you in part 2. Free links in the description.